Acknowledgement: we hereby acknowledge and thank the following people and organizations for their contributions to this book: Mr. Campizeth, founder of PM Leadership, who advised me to write this book. Mr. Mark Omakion, Management and Strategy of EBM, for advice, review and editing English version. Mr. Din Sumthiarith, CEO of Frangipani Hotel, who let me have an overview on the student learning style and let me emphasize the learning opportunity in the book. Mrs. Chivi Furum, lawyer of Tola and Furum Law Firm, who advised on Chapter 6 about the legal status of an employee. Entrepreneurs who advise on Chapter 8, all EBM employees, for read and comment. Introduction: this book is intended as a guide for an individual choosing a career, how to get the career you want, what are the things you need to know, for starting employment. After you have your dream career, what should you do to achieve your career goals? This book is also a communication tool between employer and employee to help you both understand each other better and your obligations. The book gives guidance on how to perform and grow your career to meet employers' needs and expectations and legal aspects of employment. This book is intended to help employees understand all aspects of employment in Cambodia. Chapter 1. Choosing a career from university. Many students after they graduate from high school, find it hard to make a decision, or have no idea about which university they should attend or which subject they should study for their future career. Choosing a career before you choose your university and subject is very often helpful. You should make the choice for yourself based on what you want to do. Don't follow your friend to an accounting university, for example, just because you want to be with them. If you don't follow your own desires and thoughts, it will affect your future career badly. You should spend some time to do proper career planning before making a decision. 4 steps in career planning: knowing yourself, finding opportunity, making decision, taking action. Career planning is a good tool for your personal growth and development. It helps you to focus on your learning goal. Knowing yourself: how to know yourself? You have to identify what are your skills, interests, values, and personality. Ask people you know, parents, teachers, friends, to be honest with you. Sometimes they see things that you may not think of. Skills: problem solving, communication, teamwork, computer, organizing, leadership, etc. Interests: creative, social, outdoor activity, scientific, traveling, shopping, etc. Values: money, security, helping others, work-life balance, integrity, honesty, self-development, etc. Personality: calm, outgoing, cautious, determined, kind, etc. Answer the questions below to have a clearer picture for your future career set. Where am I at now? Where do I want to be? What do I want out of a job or career? What do I like to do? What are my strengths and weakness? What is important to me? It can sometimes be helpful to make a list of the things that you don't want to make a career of. This can narrow your choices and make it easier to focus on what you think you really want to do. Now you know where you are, where you want to be, and what you want. This may help you select the university that offers the courses that will allow you to follow your career choice. Finding opportunity. The second step is about exploring job opportunities and learning about areas that interest you. Job information you can find from newspapers, companies, recruitment agencies, EBM, career fair, or website, www.ejobpage.com. Once you know your preferred job and you know the skills and qualifications that are required, then you can make a list for your learning. You should bear in mind that the career market may change in the next 3 or 4 years after you obtain your bachelor degree. It is useful to do more research on market trends. For example, in 2000, many students elected to study accounting and business administration bachelor degrees. On graduation, some found it hard to find jobs due to many competitors. In 2015, the construction industry is growing in Cambodia. Architect, civil engineer, interior designer are good subjects to take, but there is no guarantee that in next 4 years the market need is still the same. The good news is that our country is a developing country, so most knowledge and skills are needs. Students from vocational training also find it easy to get a job. Beside the real knowledge and skills you have, language is also important since our country is a free market. Making decision by now, perhaps you already know what career you want to follow and what learning program you want go through. Before making a decision, I suggest you to talk with someone who is in the same career you choose, to learn more about what they actually do and find out whether you really like the sound of the job, what will help you and what will hinder you for the career you choose. If you can't meet someone in the same career you choose, you can discuss with a career advisor in a recruitment agency, EBM. They are often able to provide you some ideas to help you make decision. Taking action. This final step is to put your plan into action. Set a clear timeline, what to do first, second and so on. Start it now. Be patient and follow the career goal you have set. Be careful, some people are easily distracted by surrounding people and their environment. Chapter 2. Volunteering. You may wonder why this chapter is in this book. Volunteering can seem not related to employment. You will find many reasons to consider a volunteer job later in this chapter. Being a volunteer means you provide service without pay. Volunteering gives you chance to learn and share, to open your heart and learn how to give. So remember, as a volunteer you should have a true commitment from your heart to help a community or an organization without thinking of the benefit. Don't volunteer because you are seeing the benefits that may come later. After you give your honest hand to help, the help will come to you later. If you are a candidate looking for a job, but you don't have any working experience, volunteering can help you to enhance your resume, making it more professional, and you have more topics to talk about during your interview. There are no firms that don't want to have a good and helpful employee. Beside your resume and interview, there are some more benefits: build your network, personal development, more communication and understanding of other people, gain work experience, transfer your knowledge and skill to others, make a difference in someone's life, feeling good, self-esteem in helping people, more and more, etc. Volunteer in different projects. You will learn different things, meet different people, and learn people skills. If you are looking for a volunteer job, you can go to JCI Cambodia, Junior Chamber International Cambodia, AEZEC Cambodia, or other organizations. While enjoy volunteering or some works, do not forget your study and goal. You work to learn, not to earn. Chapter 3. Resume preparation. Cover letter. Before resume preparation, you need a cover letter which explains and summarizes the content of your resume. A cover letter should be a single page, clear, that points out your skills and knowledge to attract the employer call you for interview. Below is one simple cover letter for your reference. You can find more in the internet. Resume preparation. Resume preparation is important key to get a job. Spend some time to learn how to write an attractive resume, what kind of resume formats that employers prefer, and try to produce one that presents you at your best. In Cambodia we prefer the format below, in which all the information is very clear: personal data, date of birth, place of birth, sex, nationality, marital status, address, telephone number, and email. Education, start with the highest degree, then follow by lower degrees until high school. From which year, to which year, you studied or graduated, the degree major, from which university. Training program. If you cannot remember the day or month you attended a training program, you may just put the year, then mention the latest training program name, followed by any which relate to your application. Work experience. This is the most important part of your resume, which employers will screen thoroughly. That's why you need to write more detail. Start with your most recent work experience, then follow by second and third experiences. It is a good idea not to mention too many companies that you have worked for. It suggests that you often change job. Moreover, if you change each job in less than 2 years, most employers will not shortlist you. List the dates and the position of each company you have worked together with your job responsibilities. Without the job responsibilities, it may be hard to get shortlisted. Do not input unnecessary information which is not related to the job you are applying for. For example, if you are applying for HR manager, and your previous experience is as a sales representative which is not related, it is better not to show the data. For students who do not have any work experience, here is the place to put your volunteer experience or your university experience. Try not to keep this part blank, it may suggest that you have nothing to offer your prospective employer. Language, list down all the languages you know or are able to use, the level you are able to use. Be truthful, making things up wastes the employer's time and may irritate them. Remember, you can be asked about, or tested on, anything in your resume at interview. Interest, list some activities which make your resume more attractive and demonstrate some benefits you will bring to the job you are applying for. Reference, the best choice is to list 2 referees, one should be your direct manager or boss, make sure they know you and are happy to give a good comment for you. You can put the person's title prefix, and then follow by their name, position, company name, contact number, and email. The font you use in the resume should make your resume stand out from others, but make sure the font is clear, do not use many colors which make the resume messy and complicated. Chapter 4. Interview questions. The questions below are asked in about 90% of interviews, so you had better prepare a good answer in advance. What are your strengths? The best answer is to describe your skills and experiences related to job you are applying for. Example, you are applying for a sales representative job. You should respond that my strength has always been achieving sales over the target in each quarter, demonstrated by receiving a bonus every year since I started my work with my current employer. For those who do not have work experience, you should raise your studying skills which are related to the job you are applying for. I have good time management skills, I am never late in submission of my assignments and I always finish them at least 2 days in advance. What are your weaknesses? Your answer should go from a negative to a positive point, or suggests a weakness that may be strength for the job you are applying. Example 1, if applying for a sales representative position, you might say my weakness is that I cannot sit in the office or one place more than 3 hours, because I like to get out to meet new people. Example 2, no matter how urgent the job, I have to double check, because I know if I don't double check, I will not get the perfect result. Example 3, I am not a perfectionist, but I don't like poor or unprofessional work and I have to try and fix it when I see it. How do you handle stress and pressure? You can answer that by saying I handle my stress and pressure by doing exercise or meeting friends and family. I like to work under some stress and pressure, because it helps me to get through my workload and, moreover, it helps me to think of more creative ideas. Describe a difficult work situation and how you overcame it. This question is asked because interviewer wants to know your attitude to solving difficult problems, so try to respond in a positive manner. You can describe a difficult situation that you faced in your previous job and the solution you developed. Example, my colleague resigned without notice, so our products could not be delivered to the customer on time. Me and my other colleague divided the task, then we were able to deliver the product to the customer on time. How do you evaluate success? This question is asked because they want to know whether your goals and your personality are the same as their company goals, so you should do some research about the company in advance of the interview. Example 1, my success is not based on my achievement, but is the team achievement, so my achievement and team achievement is the achievement of company goal. Example 2, I evaluate success based on the result, I am happy to do anything that gets the job done with integrity and achieves the company's goal. What did you like or dislike about your previous job? In answering this question, you should not raise any negative things about your previous workplace, you should talk about yourself and the job that you want in this new role. Example, my current employer has very good working conditions, I like and am happy to work with my colleagues, they are friendly and helpful, and my boss also has good leadership skills. I want to leave the company to develop myself and use all of my knowledge in a new and more challenging role. Who was your best boss? This question is asked because they want to see whether you match their leadership style. Example, one of my best bosses, he not only offered me the job, he taught me how to work and how to become a good person, honest and to take responsibility for my actions. Why should we hire you? This question is asked because they want to know what can you bring to support their company. Talk about your skill, personality, studies that relate to job you are applying. Read the job responsibilities before you go to interview. Example, I am able to work with all kind of people, no matter how difficult the client is. My boss always asks me to work with difficult clients because I am patient and try hard to meet their requirements. What are your goals for the future? This question is asked because they want to know how committed you will be to the job, so it is better not to raise that you want to get married soon or continue your studies or do your own business. You should respond that your long-term goal is want to stay in one company for a long time, learn from job and expand your responsibilities, and pursue a leadership position in the company. 10. What is your expected salary? This is an important question for all the candidates, because we work for salary. We don't want to have salary lower than market rate, and also don't want to ask higher than market rate, because we may be concerned the company will not accept us, so we should search the rate for the same or similar job in a different company. If you don't know the market rate, you can say my expected salary is negotiable based on the market rate and I believe my experience and capability will be of considerable benefit to the company. Remember the law of the 5 Ps. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. Beside these 10 questions, you have to prepare your answer to more technical questions. Above are some interview questions and example answers. There are many other questions and you can answer in different way as long as you win the interview, get the job. Chapter 5. Attending an interview. After you are shortlisted, you have to attend the interview. Your responsibility is to convince a recruiter to select you as the employee. You have to show the employer you are the best and most suitable candidate for the open job with your skill, knowledge, and experience. Beside the top 10 interview questions, below are some important points you should know. Answer, try not to be nervous, make the interview a business discussion, listen carefully and answer to the point. If you are not sure about the question, ask the interviewer to repeat or explain it. Do not answer without understanding the question. Use a friendly approach, speak clearly, keep eye contact. Make your answers short, do not talk for a long time, going round and round the question and repeating yourself. Appearance, remember a first impression is important, be sure your overall appearance is neat and clean. Business attire with professional shoes and neutral color. Think carefully about how you want to appear to the interview panel. If possible, get an idea beforehand of how people working in the company dress. Make sure your breath is fresh. If, as a woman, you do not like makeup, a dash of lipstick will make you stand out. Document, you should bring your resume with you for interview. Keep the resume in good condition with quality paper. Photo 4x6, ID card, certificate, pen. Make sure you bring all essential documents, materials, and carry multiple copies of the same. Be aware that you may need to fill in an application form. Traveling, check the interview venue and make sure you are able to find the location. Allocate your time on the street carefully and allow for traffic jams. Be sure you reach the interview venue 30 minutes early. Allow you to check your appearance and become calm for the interview. Phone. Turn off your phone or put on silent mode before you enter the interview room. Phone ringing or vibrating annoys the interviewer, and it may cause you fail the interview, because it shows you are not a well-prepared person and impolite. Question. At the end of interview, an interviewer often asks, do you have any questions? Here are some example questions. What is the next step for hiring process? How do you evaluate the candidate? What make your company a great place to work? Could you tell me about your company's culture? What are the most important criteria to success in this job? You can repeat or clarify a previous topic which is not clear or some information not discussed during the interview. Do not ask any questions about topics, bad news, that are already on the website or in the public domain. Try to avoid questions that are likely to make the interviewer uncomfortable. We are Cambodian, so beware of our culture with Chum Reeb Shore and Chum Reeb Lee, as it is a very polite and professional way to say hello and goodbye and treat the interviewer with respect. Don't forget to smile and make a good interview environment. Chapter 6. Legal status of an employee. As an employee, it is always better if you understand basic legal information on employment. A successful interview will be followed by an offer of employment. Some companies may want to present you first a letter of offer, followed by an employment contract for your consideration. Some companies may present you directly an employment contract. You may want to discuss with your future employer on the type of the employment contract you are going to sign. Normally, we recommend you seeking clarification during the interview, including but not limited to, asking for differences of these two types of contracts practiced in their company. In Cambodian labor law and practices, there are two kinds of employment contracts: one fixed duration contract, FDC, 2. Unspecified duration contract, UDC. Some companies may want to distinguish part-timer and full-timer. We are going to elaborate here some major differences between the UDC and FDC. So, what are the differences between these two contracts? One fixed duration contract, Article 73 FDC has an exact end date. The contract does not surpass the maximum duration of 2 years. At the expiration of the contract, employer shall provide severance pay to employees at least equal to 5% of the wages paid during the length of the contract. Employee has to right to require employer to provide an employment certificate. FDC termination package, when not terminated by employer for gross misconduct. Definition of gross misconduct as stated in the Article 83 of the Labor Law, and when the contract is terminated by employee without legal reason, the fixed duration contract termination package shall include the following: last month pay. It includes the monthly basic salary and other allowances that you are normally entitled to. This last month pay is normally calculated on prorate basis if it is less than a month. Untaken annual leave, Article 166 and 167. The unused annual leave shall be financially compensated. Employee entitled to 1.5 day per month for annual leave. Severance pay, Article 73 5% of total amount from length of service. Damage cost, Article 73 termination without legal reason. Employer must pay the remaining contract to employee. Employee must pay employer for any damages suffered by the employer as a result. Notice period, Article 73. If contract 6 months or less, no notice period. More than 6 months, notice period is 10 days. More than 1 year, notice period is 15 days. X. Mr. A works for EBM Co., Limited with fixed duration contract for 1 year. His gross salary $1,000 per month, no bonus, no OT and other benefits, telephone allowance $100 per month, gasoline allowance $200 per month, and he has not taken any annual leave so far. After working with EBM for 8 months, EBM terminates him. Above example is for your information. To get more detailed information about the termination, please refer to Cambodia Labor Law 1997 or International Labour Organization, ILO, Guide to the Cambodian Labor Law for the Garment Industry. 2. Unspecified duration contract, Article 74 UDC has start date, no end date. FDC more than 2 years becomes a UDC. UDC termination package, when not terminated by the employer for gross misconduct. Gross misconduct is defined by the Article 83 of the Labor Law, but for a valid reason. Below is the package that an employee could receive. Last month pay, it includes the monthly basic salary and other allowances that you are normally entitled to. This last month pay is normally calculated on prorate basis if it is less than a month. Untaken annual leave, Article 166 and 167. The unused annual leave shall be financially compensated. Notice period, Article 75. The employer shall notify the employee on his/her intention to terminate the contract. The duration of notice to be served depends on the length of employment service of the employee. The employer may opt not to serve the notice period, but shall therefore pay an amount corresponding to the remuneration of the employee for that period. Indemnity cost, Article 89. 6 to 12-month service equal to 7 days of wage and fringe benefit, more than 12-month equal 15 days of wage and fringe benefits for each year of service. The maximum of indemnity not exceed 6 months of wage and fringe benefits. Existence of a gross misconduct will lead to a termination without the compensation of the indemnity, point 4 of the above, with immediate effect, without the notice period or its compensation, point 3 of the above. However, if the employer terminates the employment contract without a valid reason, the employee may claim, in addition to the 4 points above, damage cost, Article 91, same as indemnity cost if the termination without valid reasons. X. Mr. A works for EBM Co., Limited with unspecified duration contract for 3 years. His gross salary $1,000 per month, telephone allowance $100 per month, gasoline allowance $200 per month, his unused annual leave 10 days, he got 13th month salary. EBM terminates him without valid reason. Above example is for your information. To get more detailed information about the termination, please refer to Cambodia Labor Law 1997 or International Labour Organization, ILO, Guide to the Cambodian Labor Law for the Garment Industry. Besides the two main differences, the employee of a FDC shall be entitled to exactly the same treatment as an employee of a UDC. Each type has each pro and con. To be a legal employee, working in Cambodia, with an employment contract signing, you need to have a work permit, physical checkup report and staff movement report in. For a Cambodian employee, the employer is able to process the work permit immediately, but if you are an expat employee working in Cambodia, there are few steps in order to apply for work permit. Quota request means that for every 10 Cambodian employees, the employer is able to hire 1 expat. Physical checkup report is very general checkup, measuring your height, weight, and chest in cm. Work permit, get both 1 and 2 document attached with other forms to apply for work permit. Staff movement report in means the employer informs the Ministry of Labor and Vocational Training that they have hired you and declared your name in staff list. To obtain all of these statutory documents, the employer needs to work with the Ministry of Labor and Vocational Training or with EBM, agency who able to help and cut down all the bureaucracy. Chapter 7. Salary tax calculation. According to company practice, some companies pay employee in gross salary, some companies pay employee in net salary. Gross salary means the amount you earn before tax deduction, and then you have to pay tax. Net salary means the amount you got from employer after tax deduction, employer pays tax, and you don't have to pay tax. Tax law allows to deduct 150,000 rial for each children who is under 14 years old or up to 25 years if still in school, or a spouse who is unemployed. Formula: you take gross salary covered to Khmer rial, then minus dependents, children, spouse, if any, overtime rate as the in the range, at the end you minus the amount follow the rate. Resident: individual who live in Cambodia over 182 days within fiscal year or mainly living in Cambodia. Non-resident: individual who is not resident and they got salary from Cambodia. Nowadays, most employers pay employee in gross salary, so you should know how the calculation comes from. Don't always question to your HR department, they may not have enough time to answer all staff issue or wrong calculation, so you can do it yourself. If there is any mistake with the calculation, you can talk and point it out with your HRD, it shows you are very knowledgeable and can check your entitlement. National Social Security Fund. You may hear of National Social Security Fund, NSSF. It is the employer's obligation to contribute to government if the company has 8 staff or above. The maximum pay rate is $10 and 20 cents per employee. NSSF covers the accident from home to office and office to home, work accident, professional sickness and health insurance. NSSF contribution rate in Appendix 1. Chapter 8. Employer expectation. Career development in one workplace is important. You should research and understand what are your employer's expectations, how can you support the company and grow together. Is your goal and the company goal the same? Below are some information generated from employers who are in different sectors. Mr. Dith Sumthiran, CEO of Frangipani Hotel, mentioned that he wishes his employee to have their own career growth plan, be honest, willing to learn, have a long-term commitment, do not expect to move job too fast. An employee should grow as horizontal, not vertical. Employee should stay at least 3 years in one place to learn the cycle of job operation, not moving on for the sake of a few dollars. Mr. Peck Boline, CEO of Westline Education Group, has a very clear guideline for his employee to understand what the company expectation is. He showed the word of leadership stand for learning, lifelong training and development, and stay informed to all environmental changes, effectiveness, achieving results, attitude, positive, confident, motivated, emotionally intelligent, differentiation, think and try doing something new from others, efficiency, spend less resource to achieve a task, responsibility, do not just say yes or no. Honor your words. Accept constructive criticism. Do not blame others. Keep developing yourself, single-mindedness, strengths of will and determination to achieve something and focus, honesty, know your strengths and your development areas, admit your mistakes. Do your best, initiative, always come with new ideas, new invention and solutions to challenges. Seek shared growth, and proactive behavior, think ahead, make things happen, not just react to a situation. That is his expectation from employee. Dr. Ang Likao, Director of Master Care Dental Clinic, said that the most important expectation from employee is attitude. Employee should have a positive mindset. Work hard to grow the company and you grow the same. Keep company as your company. She added that if the employee lacks initial ability, but their attitude is good, she will offer the job and train the employee in the skill they lack. Un Ha Chengkeng, chairman of CPL Cambodia Properties Limited, said if you want to get rich, you have to forget salary and think about commission. Only people who are working hard and working for commission have the opportunities to get rich. People who work for base salary of $300 to $400 can't get rich. Mr. Chiamoni, CEO of Ars Residence Bedding and Furniture Co., Limited, said, "We expect employee to be more committed to their works and be willing to learn rather than changing job too fast. They need more mentoring to be positive mindset and attitudes." I interviewed some more business owners and some high management level. They find out that local employees are too protected by their parents, do not take initiative, need to follow up. Employees should have a strong commitment, able to work under pressure, and work as team to achieve company goal. Currently employees work in the local Cambodian market is compared with other local employees. If local employee compare to other Asia countries, they need to work harder to compete for job. If an employee wants to be rich fast, that is good, if you work hard to achieve it, and spend more time to keep the operation smooth. Do not try to cheat a company's cash, it may make the company bankrupt and you fail too. Work with the company and try to get the outside cash, growth together and rich together. Summary: I believe all employers wish their employees to continue to improve their performance from day to day, and work hard to achieve the company plan and the employee's personal plan. Chapter 9. Employee mentality. When you know an employer's expectation, I believe you can be clear on how to perform and commit to your job more effectively and efficiently. If you think like this, it's time to change your thinking. I work for salary to cover my current living and study, then I will move on. I only do what I am told to do. The company is lucky to have me. No matter how I work hard, I still have the same salary. I work more than I get paid for. These negative thoughts hinder your development and achievement. Be aware that hard and smart work will bring you a bright future everywhere. When you win awards from the most critical employer, you will feel the most achievement. No matter in which company you work, you always be successful. Ask yourself, why do you need a job? For money? Of course, everyone needs money, but you have to think beyond that. Beside money, why you need a job? Do you wonder why some people achieve management level so fast? Why don't you? There is no secret, just do some research, meet and interview with successful people, you will find many different answers. Most employers find that employees from poor families work harder, they are more patient, dependable, more stable and more able to take pressure. They are less likely to move job, so this group of employees are more often found at the top level of management of the company. Don't be upset if you are from a medium or rich family, it means you are luckier in life. You just take this advantage to learn more and plan for your career. Ask yourself, where do you want to be? Then work hard and patiently to reach your goal, step by step with integrity and honesty. Over the long distance, you will face some obstacles, step back and find the solution, but remember, never give up. If you give up, it means you are lost. Your hard work, patience, integrity, and honesty will bring you success. Conclusion: if you want to get a job, it is very simple, just follow the step, a result is guaranteed. The difficult part is how to maintain and keep growing yourself and the company at the same line. No matter how rich you are, what your position is, the mindset is important, so set your plan right at the first step. Do not compare yourself with others, you will be angry till you die. You have to compete with yourself and time is flying, you can't get it back even if you have got a lot of money. The 9 chapters above are always a letters if you do not apply. If you want to get a difference result, you have to do difference thing. Normally growing process is painful, and achievement is fruitful. Company profile: EBM has been known as the Employee Benefits Management from 2008 to 2016, then EBM has been transformed to Effective Business Management in 2017. As the business and services are rapidly growing, EBM become one-stop service for investor. Our distinguishing feature is that we are service-driven and strive at all times as in one-stop services for investors, local and international companies, ranging from company registration, accounting and tax filing, recruitment service, payroll outsourcing, company secretarial, statutory compliance, to skill development. We start by having a deep understanding of our clients' industries. Thereafter, we are tailored our professional services to assist thousands of entrepreneurs to fulfill their company setup and continuously support their business to grow together. We are committed to take care of key supporting functions of the business, and ensure our clients are free to fully focus on their driving business forward. Apart from business, we continuously position ourselves and aim towards contributing to the community. We strongly believe in good things and humanity. Vision: to deliver excellent and value-added professional services to our client. Mission: committed and passionate in providing professional and high-quality service on time, build lasting relationship through our fairness in all deals, provide customized and flexible professional services. Core values: excellent, integrity, accountability, professionalism, continuous improvement. About the author: Ms. Sok Chang, Sandy, is the founder of EBM, the most senior and reliable human resource service in Cambodia since 2008, obtaining jobs for thousands of job seekers. Sandy graduated with a master's degree in human resource management from Punnasastra University of Cambodia. Currently she is undertaking a CCA program to move EBM to the next level. She has more than 18 years experiences in human resource management, accounting and tax, working in different industries such as EBM, HR and accounting firm, fast-moving consumer good, FMCG, telecommunication, internet service provider, ISP, and non-government organization, NGO. She gained a wealth of experience while working with international company, local company, and NGO. With a professional background of human resource, She believes that employment information in the market is not enough for employee, so she has written this book for students and employees to understand the process of going from no job to getting a job, and what is the knowledge an employee requires to succeed after getting a job. She strongly believes that this book will help both employer and employee to understand more about each other's obligations and help them succeed. We would love to hear of your achievement in a job, working well, clearly understanding benefits and compliance, etc. Please send your experiences to hr@ebmcambodia.com or 023 213 919.